16-year NFL career. Congrats, Angelina Jackson, for answering that question.
Yes.
What you got, Miss Woman?
Well, we're going to do some scatter shooting here and there. It looks like we're closer to finalizing what's going to happen with Adrian Peterson.
What information do you have on that? Because it's been back and forth and not true and true. And
they went to the NFL. He did talk to the NFL today about being reinstated. Now, if we recall, the coach was saying earlier during this offseason that once they find out what they're going to do with him, then the Minnesota Vikings, then they're going to start making some movements on what are we going to do with Adrian Peterson. Now, the Minnesota Vikings has been really, really pressing about we're not going to trade him, we're not getting rid of him. Their intentions have been that they want to keep Adrian. Adrian Peterson's camp is saying, "It's no sense of us talking. I want to trade. You got to let me go." What's probably going to wind up happening is he's going to demand a trade. And I think the moment he demands a trade, then that's when the Players Association will get in and say, well, if you can't just let him sit on the bench like any other owner. We can't do the Mark Allen rule anymore. So once he demands that trade, it's going to happen. It's going to happen. And the Cowboys did restructure Tony Romo's contract.
The Cowboys said they did it for a reason other than Adrian Peterson.
But they're not going to tell you they did it for Adrian Peterson, are they?
Well, they had to have room to pay Greg Hardy because remember, Greg Hardy's contract is structured to where it's incentive based all the way.
Yeah.
And if he has a productive season with the Cowboys, no matter how many games he play, if he reach his quota, they got to pay him up to $13 million that year. They
got to pay him, but here's the deal.
And then on top of that, you have to pay Des Bryant $12.8.
And let me give you this one more fact too. The NFL looked at the 7 photos that they gotten from Greg Hardy, and they actually withdrew their stance on what they felt about him. He may just get a 2-game suspension.
If that.
Because whatever they saw, and then they're not going to release the photos to the public, which is good.
I agree with that.
But whatever they saw did not have them having the same stance they had before they saw the photos.
Which tells me that there was a lot of...
There's some malarkey in the water.
Right.
There's some hooey in the gooey.
There was a lot more that was made out than what it actually was.
That cocaine was speaking of her.
Let's see, I ain't say that, but...
Hey, I tell it like it T.I. is.
But with Greg Hardy, with the franchise tag on Des Bryant, they had to create some type of room, but it's a coincidence that the Cowboys restructured Romo's contract for about the price of Adrian Peterson's contract now.
Yeah. And do you not think the Cowboys don't think all this stuff through?
I think they do.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they know what they're doing. Pretty sure they know what they're doing.
For you to create that much money off Romo's contract like that and turn his earnings into a signing bonus for the exact amount that AP is scheduled to make with the Vikings, to me,
and that's
coincidental.
Yeah, they're going to have money to take care of Greg Hardy.
And then they said they had to create money for the draft.
The draft, they don't have to do that. The draft money is already slotted. It's already slotted in. Other NFL news. Former Giants and Dolphins player Will Allen?
Yes.
He got charged $32 million in a Ponzi scheme.
Are you serious?
$32 million.
Wait a minute, Will Allen?
Yeah. Accused of running a company that loaned upwards to $775,000 of professional athletes during off-season. He collected investments around 40 athletes and former athletes while promising upwards to 18% in interest in their investment. $32 million. $32 million.
Wow. Then Will Allen just played for the Cowboys recently?
No, yeah, he did.
That's what I thought. They just released him year before last.
He sure did.
Are you serious? Wow.
So then, more news. The Aaron Hernandez trial is now in the hands of the jury. So they finished deliberations. Well, actually, they're going to resume the jury. The jury in Eric Hernandez's trial, they're going to resume deliberations Wednesday. So they're still trying to figure out what they're going to do with him. Man, if he gets off, it's going to be... he can actually serve up to life in prison. He's facing first-degree murder charges and the death of Odin Lloyd and charges of unlawful possession of firearms. And he can serve up to he can get life in prison.
What are your feelings on that? It's some we haven't too much talked about.
I think he should get life based off of what he was doing while he was in prison. How many hits he put on people while he was in prison? This dude right here is off the chain.
He's off the chain.
Off the chain. So I think he should. And then what's so crazy about it is even in the trial, you can catch him laughing with his lawyer.
I seen that.
You know, you can sit there and catch him laughing. I mean, this dude ain't got no coup at all.
No remorse whatsoever.
None whatsoever. I say throw him away. Throw away the key. Put him down. Throw away the key.
Bottom of the third. The Rangers are up 1-0 over the Athletics. 1 run for 3 hits for Texas. Kobe Lewis is holding his own.
Is he?
He's throwing a one-hitter. No runs for the A's on 1 hit. Again, Rangers are 1-3 over the Athletics going into the bottom of the third. All
right, we'll see what they do. Now, you can actually get that up-to-date information on the website if you want to go. If you're out and about, you're doing some stuff, or you're on your computer, you really don't have time to watch the game. You can actually look at the live scores on the website if you go to 411sportsnews.com and click on MLB and go down to baseball scores, and it'll give you live scores right then and there.
Right, and then we have some very tragic news today. 7 people were killed, including Illinois State University's deputy athletic director and associate men's basketball coach, after a plane crashed downstate while returning from the NCAA basketball championship game. Wow! They flew on a Cessna plane, and the plane flew off the radar in fog and crashed.
You know what I don't understand, and this they talk about this they getting into plane crashes. Period. You talk about what happened with the guy who ran his car into this plane into the mountain, right? And the plane disintegrated. Okay, and then what they found is this little black box, right? And most of the times when planes go down, you look for the black box, right? Which the black box is actually orange. It's not really black. But why don't they make the planes like the box?
That's
the same material.
True.
Why don't they make the planes the same? So there's no going down.
The box is the plane.
Right. The box. Yeah. You with the same material, because that makes no sense to me. You know, and they're going to look for this black box and find out what happens with this plane.
Maybe it's something that we don't know that they know for the reason why they make it the way they do and have been for decades.
I don't understand that.
Pretty sad news, though. That was breaking, by the way. It happened an hour ago, but we had a lot more. We was talking entertainment when the news broke, and I got the story together that 7 people were killed in a plane crash today coming from the NCAA tournament game, Illinois State University, ISU. Reports were that, and this is something that bothers me about airplane flying. Reports are that the plane was too heavy to fly. The Cessna plane is a plane that have been involved in other plane crashes, believe it or not, and I can't think of the celebrity who I don't want to say it was Aaliyah. I'm not sure if Aaliyah flew on that Cessna or not. But there was a celebrity that flew on a Cessna plane and it crashed for the same reason.
I would say, but I know with Aaliyah they had to throw some stuff off of the plane to lighten the weight.
Which it was it was too late when they was doing it.
I mean, but wouldn't they know this? Isn't there a weight?
That is on the responsibility of the pilot. Before he even takes off, he should know the weight of his plane. No different than when I check the DOT of my truck.
Right, you know the weight of your plane, but here's the thing, though.
And that was Aaliyah, by the way.
Okay. So here's the thing. You know the weight of your plane, but do you know what weight is getting on your plane?
The people.
No, the people are not going to check their own weight.
Well,
no,
I know that.
I'm not
it's
sitting
the
there checking
luggage,
my weight.
it's the people. It's a combination.
If this is a 2-seater, right?
Yes.
So this is not going through airport regulation, right?
Right.
This is just, okay, y'all come on, we got a plane. It's like it's on the runway. Hey, we got a plane, y'all get on, let's go. Right?
Right.
Who's going to check it? I'm not sitting there packing my bags, checking my weight. No, I'm just going to pack a bag. I think I can get this in. Let me stuff this in. I got some souvenirs. Let me put that in. So who's checking the weight of the plane?
I'm going to keep saying the co-pilot.
But is the weight of the plane on his radar while he's getting ready to fly up?
When you fly a plane, you know the weight limit of what you can't have on that plane.
You know the weight limit, but do you know what the weight is that's on that plane now?
You may not. You may not. That's a true statement.
It's almost like when you get on an elevator, you know the weight limit of the elevator, but do you know the weight?
Mm-hmm.
You know, do you know the weight of the people that are getting on the elevator? You know, Aaliyah, that was her who died in the Cessna plane. And I'm just getting another report here. Shelley is throwing out top 10 celebrities who died in airplane crashes, this is pretty good.
And I know it's someone. There were celebrities that were on Cessnas. They ended up getting killed. Aaliyah was one of them.
Yeah, Will Rogers.
Aaliyah.
Prince George. Gandhi.
Will Rogers, Prince George, Gandhi, Abdul Salam, Arif.
Roberto Clemente.
Wow. Yeah, I remember that. John
Denver.
James Stephen Fawcett.
JFK Jr.
Wow, John F. Kennedy Jr. Man, that's just sad.
It's tragic.
We got to get into final thoughts here.
Well, because final thoughts can't be tragedy.
No, it can't be. But
you give me yours first.
Final thoughts would be, and we didn't get into it, you start with yours. Mine's going to be short. You're going to start with yours.
Mavericks are one and done.
Okay, explain.
I don't think Mavericks always had this problem of
yes,
getting those players when their players are hurt. They can't get through that hurt. Now they got Chandler Parsons hurt. You know, they couldn't get through Golden State, which they're not getting through Golden State at all. If they wind up in the 8th seed, which I doubt they will, they'll probably go 7th seed. They'll probably wind up playing Houston. You know, in the 7th seed.
Breaking news, by the way, the Mavericks have just clinched a playoff berth for the 15th time in 16 years, with the Thunder's loss tonight to the Spurs.
And they're not in the playoffs, are they?
They are A seed.
Thunder is?
They're the A seed.
I thought they were still fighting with. There's another team they're still fighting for.
I believe that was.
They're still fighting for A seed.
I think they got that A seed though.
Anyway, so that's my final thought. I think Mavericks are one and done. If they don't get healthy, they definitely one and done.
My final thoughts are. Let's see how the Rangers' season would be. I know last night was pretty depressing, but we can't let one game last night determine the whole season. We just have to wait and see. We are upon a new managing now. Ron Washington is gone. We are into the Bannister era. We'll see how our pitching would be, considering that Yu Darvish will not be in the rotation this year and some of next year based upon Tommy John surgery. I think the Rangers, with the manager that they have, and from what I've learned from him, they'll be pretty competitive. How competitive, that remains to be seen. Seattle is the favorite to come out the American League West. They have a tremendous squad now, so keep your eye on Seattle as well.
All right. You have been listening to 411 Sports Talk Radio on FaceTimeRadio.com. Make sure you go to the website, 411sportsnews.com. We're in and we're out. See you when I see you. Don't pick up with any wooden nickels, and same bad time, same bad channel.
That's right.